Climate strike season is upon us, and it's really important that as many of us as possible get out and demonstrate. If by chance you have never attended a climate strike or any form of demonstration, then this video is for you. I'm going to go over 6 basic steps that you might like to consider before heading out to demonstrate on behalf of the climate.
Step 1. Logistics.
Determine which protest you want to attend and arrange transportation to and from it. My personal inclination here is to support the most local climate strikes that are available to you, because that would definitely have a lower carbon footprint than traveling to a more distant demonstration. I would certainly hate to see thousands of people traveling to a major center simply because it will have a particularly large or exciting strike. Smaller, local strikes do tend to get covered by local media, and the overall number of strikes also tends to figure into the metrics that get covered by media and conveyed to government. Now, depending on your situation, you may need to book time off work, discuss attending the protest with your parents, or adjust your schedule so that you will have an opening that allows you to attend the strike. After all, a plan is only a plan if everyone involved is aware of and consents to the plan. If you're wondering who said that, I did, just now. It's worth noting that many demonstrations organized during protests, such as the global climate strike, take place for about an hour, somewhere between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m., and that allows people to attend during their lunch break.
Step 2. Make your sign.
I think that the second step in any demonstration involves making your sign. Don't get me wrong, you don't need a sign to participate in any kind of strike, demonstration, or protest, but making a sign can be a significant step for 2 reasons. For one thing, once you have your sign, you feel more committed to the idea of attending the strike. It tends to flip a switch in your mind, taking you from an outlook of, I'm planning on going to the climate strike, to, I'm going to the climate strike. When the day of the climate strike eventually arrives, that is when you will need to confront all of the opportunity costs associated with going to the strike, such as the classes you might miss, the work you might fall behind on, the challenge of traveling to the strike, etc. If you don't have your sign made, then as that day approaches, you could start to waffle on the whole idea of going. The morning of the strike will invariably be a harried one, and you don't want to give yourself excuses to back out. Another reason why your protest sign is so important is it really forces you to think about why you're protesting. Everyone knows that climate change is bad, but why are you personally protesting? Why are you invested in this cause? What is the message that you want to say? Signs can be very basic, like mine, which simply says, no more oil. And for me, that works because that is the very essence of my message. In a nutshell, humanity simply has to stop burning oil. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, the IPCC, tells us that we have until 2030 to reduce our carbon emissions by 45% to even have a fighting chance at avoiding catastrophic climate change. So, for me, this is the essence of the message that I tend to convey. Having said all that, a clever, witty, or humorous sign can certainly garner a lot of attention and cause people to think a bit more about your message.
Step 3. Tell your friends.
It's always a little safer and a lot more fun to demonstrate with friends. So go ahead and spread the word about your intention to participate in a climate strike and see if you can get a group of friends to join you. If you get some interest, you may want to coach your new partners through steps 1 and 2.
Step 4. Spread the word on social media.
social media is a powerful way to inform other interested individuals about upcoming climate actions. The more people who get involved in a climate action, the louder and clearer the message becomes. Sadly, if only a few people show up to an action, then we essentially communicate the opposite message from the one we intended to convey. Effectively, we say, well, it looks like nobody really cares about the climate, so let's just keep doing whatever we've been doing. However, if hundreds or thousands of demonstrators show up to raise the alarm, then that helps to inform others about the seriousness of climate change, and it helps to pressure both government and corporations to take meaningful action on climate.
Step 5. Learn about climate change.
Climate change is real. It's here, it's bad, and it's only going to get worse. But we can make an incredible difference to the future of this planet with the actions that we take now. There's a lot at stake, and your effectiveness as a climate activist is greatly amplified by your knowledge of climate change and your ability to communicate that knowledge. So take the time to learn about what's happening to the Earth's climate, why it's happening, and what can be done about it. 350.org is one of many not-for-profit organizations with a goal of tackling climate change, and they offer a plethora of resources online to help people learn about climate change and then help to convey the urgency of the climate crisis to others. There are, of course, countless sources of information, but another resource that makes climate change perhaps a bit easier to understand is Dr. Katharine Hayhoe's Global Weirding video series. I'll leave links to these resources and others in the description of this video.
Step 6. Share the action on social media.
On the day of the strike, be sure to capture images and video of the action and share it with your friends and followers. Be sure to tag all relevant politicians in any political party and at any level of government within your social media posts. Also, be sure to learn about and use any hashtags associated with a particular climate action, such as hashtag Global Climate Strike, Rise for Climate, Fridays for Future, Act on Climate, etc. So there you have it. Those are 6 simple steps that you can take to safely and effectively demonstrate on behalf of the climate. I hope you'll take a moment to look up the next climate action that is taking place near you and make plans to both support and participate in that climate action. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.